The new movie I Came By started streaming on Netflix earlier this week, so I came by to let you know if it's worth watching. Okay, before we move on here, I genuinely want to know what joke you would have written for that opening. That's what I thought. What's up, guys? I'm Sully Streams, and today we're talking about the brand new movie streaming on Netflix, I Came By. All you have to know about this one is that it centers around a young graffiti artist in London who targets the homes of the rich and powerful to show them that they're not untouchable. He's kind of got a poor man's Robin Hood thing going on. And we're going to keep this one short and sweet because I'm actually kind of mad about this one. It was probably my most anticipated Netflix movie for the month of August, and yeah, it left a lot on the table. The opening of this film is really compelling. It gives off this cool Undercity vibe, and in the first 10 minutes, it tells us all we need to know about the character we're following. He breaks into the homes of the rich and tags them with graffiti. He has sympathy for the less fortunate. Like I said, he's basically like a millennial Robin Hood, and that was working for me. I was like, let's go, baby, I've been waiting for this. And then it takes a turn I wasn't expecting, and it totally derailed it for me. The structure of the narrative surprised me in this one. This is a totally different movie than the way they position it as in the trailer. Like, the general idea of the story you get from it is the same, but the perspective we follow and how it all plays out is totally different. And that's what's really frustrating about this movie. Like, you had it all right there in front of you. An interesting character, a cool little setting, and then you messed it up. Why? And obviously, I'm all for movie trailers purposely misleading us, so we go in for a more fresh, blind experience, but I actually think it would have been a more solid movie if it more closely aligned itself with the trailer instead of what they actually gave us. It kind of ended up being a bait and switch situation. It just didn't really work for me. Like, let me read you the official synopsis here. Follows a young graffiti artist who discovers a shocking secret that would put him and the ones closest to him in danger. Yeah, that's not what this movie's about. That's what the first 20 minutes is about. I'm not going to tell you what's really going on, but just know it's not that. It kind of has similar vibes to the movie Disturbia. It's not as good as that one, but it has similar elements with the creepy guy up to no good in his house and the main character that wants to get inside to discover the truth for himself. And the performances here were solid. George McKay is our young graffiti artist, and he plays one of the two leads in 1917, if you ever saw that one. But the true standout here is Hugh Bonneville, the guy who plays the creepy antagonist that the whole movie is centered around. And even though he gives us a good villain performance here, the character's motives aren't explained like at all. They give us this weird exposition to try to make us piece together some sort of a backstory, but even then we're still grasping at straws. I'm like, that's it? Nobody knows why this guy does what he does. It's anyone's guess. And obviously, I don't want the movie to hand me everything on a silver platter, but you gotta give me something here, come on. One of the biggest reasons this happens is that way too much shit happens off screen. And when I say that, I'm talking killings, time jumps, key character moments, all the stuff you need to be showing us if you want us invested in this movie. It honestly felt more like a TV show, and I must have missed last week's episode. Like, I definitely left with more questions than I did answers, and I feel like not that much even really happened. I was halfway through the movie and I was still waiting for it to start. And this is a 2-hour movie. It's not your average short, uneventful movie, it's a long, uneventful movie. Leaving it on a high note though, the movie is really good at creating tension, which you absolutely need if you're trying to put together a tight thriller. Definitely gives us those claustrophobic scenes like hiding in closets or behind doors. Those types of scenes where I felt myself being quiet during them because I was so immersed, which is kind of stupid, but is definitely a testament to the techniques used in here. Those aspects worked for me. So just in case it wasn't obvious, this movie pissed me off a little bit. I wasn't expecting greatness or anything, but after seeing the trailer, I was hoping for a small-scale focused thriller, maybe one that would even end up on my list of underrated offerings for the year. It won't end up on that list, unfortunately. Even though there's some solid tension and there is the backbone of a good movie in here, this movie shoots itself in the foot with letting too much happen off screen, bizarre narrative structure, and just not enough meat and potatoes to justify its runtime. I Came By gets a Sully score of 2.5 stars. So that's my review of I Came By. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to check this one out or if you've already seen it already. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys at the next video.